Hi, good evening. It's nice to see so many people here, even for a session after 5:30. I'm sort of delighted to be here at this event, which is about technology and about entrepreneurs and social enterprises. I began my life, as a humble sociologist working in an NGO, and it's been quite a journey to this place of being an entrepreneur and trying to build a little company which looks at how to make public spaces safer. The problem that we've been trying to look at is really, how do you create public spaces in cities that are inclusive, vibrant, and inviting to all people? Because part of the experience of living in a city is not just the work or the apartment that you live in, but it is the public space. So to me, this is a vibrant, lively public space, and this is the kind of public space that we should be building. Now, the problem that we are trying to address today is really that of creating inclusive public spaces in cities. And today, 2 years ago, there was the SDGs which were finalized by member states, and public spaces, sustainable, inclusive public spaces in cities has become a goal that the world is now realizes an important part of building cities. Now, when we began working, we were looking actually at the entry point that we took in building Safetipin as an app was really trying to look at public safety. One of the problems that we try to solve is, how do you create public spaces that are open to all people? And we took the entry point of women, not because we only want to make public spaces safe for women, but we believe if you address the needs of a vulnerable population, you actually address the needs and make it safer for everyone. So this is, if we look around the world, we will find that public spaces are certainly more hostile to women, whether it's in developing countries or whether it's in developed countries. So this was one of the issues that we really felt that we wanted to sort of address and take forward. This is Seoul, right next door, and to me this is really a good public space. This was a way that the government decided to, the city government actually made a conscious effort to build a good public space. So what is Safetipin? Safetipin is a set of apps which tries to quantify and look at different parameters of public spaces in order to make it safer for people. We use a tool called the Safety.It, and these are the parameters that we measure in our safety audit. And the data is collected in two ways. One is through crowdsourcing. It's a free app which is available anywhere in the world, and it can be accessed. It's used by people to make safer decisions, is what we say. So we have features such as the safety score, the safest route, stay with me if I'm not in a safe place. So it's really a way that individuals, when traversing cities, can have a tool in their hands to make it safer. We also have another app called Safetipin Night, which is really a way of capturing photographs of the city at night. We found that in the public domain, there is no open data source which looks at the city at night. I mean, Google Street View gives you the city during the daytime. And safety, particularly safety, is an issue that has a completely different dimension after it turns dark. So the city is very different after it turns dark. So, through these two methods of data collection, we've actually now got over 150,000 audits across 30 cities in 10 countries. And what have we done with the data? This is the interesting thing. Apart from the individual users, what we are trying to do is to share this data, work with city governments to help them improve public spaces. So for example, in Delhi, we identified, if you look at the map on your right, it has many black dots and black spots and black lines. These were the dark spots of the city. So we actually shared this with the Delhi government, who then has actually used this data to improve these spaces and make them better lit. In Nairobi, similarly, we worked in one neighborhood with the city county of Nairobi to improve both the walk path as well as lighting parameters at a very minute level within the neighborhood. We've been trying to work in other cities as well, Bogota, as we mentioned. In Bogota, actually, they use the same tool, a Safetipin Night, to actually audit and assess the bike path around the city. And they used it by riding bicycles around the city in order to map how safe both the sidewalk as well as the bike path was. We have actually, what we aim to do is to make this data set available to city governments. So in Delhi, for example, they have a geospatial division, and they have integrated our data as part of their data set, which within the government, they can use this as a methodology to overlay different GIS data layers in order to have a better understanding of the city. In Bogota, for example, they used this and overlaid it with actually the presence of water bodies to see if there was any link between safety score and actually where there were water bodies around the city. In a city named Gurgaon, which is near Delhi, the local administration actually asked us to do an analysis of the points in the city which had poor lighting but had high presence of people, because they felt that this was the neighborhood, this was the intersection of points that they would like to first address in order to improve safety, because it's got poor lighting as well as too many people. So what we do is we really provide solutions to cities, in addition to individuals, on how they can improve their public spaces in terms of design and this thing. So really what our model and our business model and way of working is to work with city governments as well as people who work with city governments to provide a solution to create more inclusive and safe public spaces, not just for women, but for all citizens. Thank you.